Girl Guides of Canada Ontario Council reorganized the organization a few years ago in an attempt to streamline the way it's run, to try and make it increase membership and make the organization smarter. And in that, they somehow managed to take all the voice away from the local guiders and the local groups. And Ontario Council now makes all the decisions. And they decided that they were going to close Camp Caritude. And they somehow are going ahead with that. And it's not fair. It's a camp that was purchased locally. It's used locally. It's been paid for and maintained locally. Ontario Council has never paid a cent towards the camp. It's always operated in the black. Always benefited the local girls and guiders here, and now they want to close it, and we don't think it's fair, and we're fighting it. There's a few little legal things we're hoping we can go with, but we're not just going to let them take our camp.
And this has really come to a plateau this week with regards to closing up the camp, changing the locks, and having an altercation with one of your guiders.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, they showed up. We agreed to meet with them on Monday. We knew it was the property appraisers that were the ones that were going to go ahead with the sale. We weren't happy with that, but we weren't going to fight them. There was no intention to stop what they were doing. We agreed back and forth about negotiating the best time for everybody involved, and they agreed, yeah, 4:30 on Monday would be great. And then when we were tipped off that they were there with a locksmith in the morning, it was like, it was more demonstration of how underhanded and, they just don't play fair. They're not honoring the Girl Guide mission and principles and promise and law like we all should be.
So what's the next step? Where are you at this point, and where do you go to?
Well, we're trying to get as much support as we can behind us. Right now we're sort of hoping our lawyers will come up with something. Unfortunately, lawyers cost money, and Girl Guides of Canada Ontario Council has told us we're no longer allowed to raise any money for Save Camp Caritude. So we're looking into that, because I'm pretty sure there's a way for us to raise some money and to fight them. We're going to take a stand. We really don't want them to continue to run the organization like this. We think the organization is worthy of a lot more respect than this.
So how does this community get behind you? I mean, you've been told no fundraising, but per se, if somebody says, you know what, I'm going to make a donation and I'm going to, or write a letter, what do they do? Where do they go?
Well, we have a group that's been formed across the province that's concerned about the state of guiding in Ontario. It's called On My Honor, and they have a website, onmyhonor.ca. You can certainly visit there. There's a chance for you to vote. There's information on the camp closures across the province as well as ours. There's the Girl Guides of Canada Ontario Council they all have email addresses. You go to guidesontario.org, find those email addresses, email your concerns. Certainly the more people that tell them that we're not happy with things, the better. If somebody happens to slip me some money and I happen to hand it over to our lawyer, I'd be happy to do that. We're looking at ways to formally collect money, but at the moment we're not sure how to do that. So right now, yeah, a letter to province would be perfect. So that's guidesontario.org, and you're looking for the provincial commissioner, the executive director, and the executive coordinator.
And for the girls, I mean, this has to have been a really tough week on them, looking at all the principles that they're learning and having it basically smack them in the face.
Well, we try not to get the girls in the middle. I mean, this is bigger politics. The girls really benefit from the Girl Guide program. I mean, it's a wonderful organization, and we don't want to compromise their enjoyment of the organization. Certainly, we'd love for their parents to come out and support them. And yeah, the girls are going to be disappointed because their camping opportunities are gone. It's very difficult for us to find enough suitable camping locations for these kids to go to. So a lot of groups just aren't camping because they can't find the right place to go.